I'm Mehta, Editor-in-Chief of Breaking Defense. This is Ashley Roque. She's our Army and OSD reporter. We're here in sweltering DC at the 75th NATO Summit, the downtown convention center. It's quite the scene here. We're going to wrap up a little bit what's going on day one and preview day two. Ash, it wouldn't be a NATO gathering if there wasn't a lot of Ukraine talk for obvious reasons. Some actual announcements about deliverables. The big news to start the day today, probably an announcement that F-16s are actually coming.
They are. Denmark and the Netherlands should start delivering those today. And the goal is to actually have them up in the air, being flown over the skies of Ukraine later this summer. So not a whole bunch of detail on that yet, but a step forward.
Step forward, obviously something Ukraine's wanted for a long time. Maybe not a game change the way some people would cast it, but certainly a welcome capability. Another welcome capability that we heard a lot about last night is some more air defense that's going to Ukraine.
Correct. So air defense has been a hot topic. It's something that Ukraine has been asking for. So last night the announcement came that 4 additional Patriot batteries would be heading towards Kyiv and some other capabilities as well.
Yeah, Italy is donating some capabilities as well. Air defense, one of those things Ukraine says anything we'll take, right?
Anything, everything.
Anything and everything. Another announcement that came out today was about some U.S. Army forces that are heading to Germany. What's the deal with that?
So around 2019, the U.S. officially withdrew from the INF Treaty, which freed it up to start developing and fielding these mid-range ground launch capabilities. They have several, potentially a trio, coming online right now. But in order to actually use them or put them anywhere, they need an agreement from a country. So today, the White House announced that it had inked a deal with Germany that would allow it to send U.S. soldiers, specifically their multi-domain task force soldiers, which is a newer configuration, to deploy with these mid-range capabilities, long-range reach, to potentially target forces and combatants further away. So those are just a few of the news that's popped up over the past day and a half. We still have one more day to go. What are we looking forward to tomorrow, Aaron?
Yeah, we do. I think one of the things I'm most looking forward to finding out more about is actually not about Europe. It's odd as that may be at a NATO thing. It's actually about the Pacific. We've heard a lot of talk, particularly from Jens Stoltenberg, but also from President Biden and the White House people who have been speaking here, about how we need to be thinking about the Pacific as part of kind of a global security situation. We saw Antony Blinken, the Secretary of State, said we need to break down the silos between Europe, the US, and Asia. So coming up on Thursday is a meeting with the EU, NATO, and 4 Pacific partners, South Korea, Japan, New Zealand, and Australia, that are here for this whole conference. And they're going to kind of, talk about how to tie the Indo-Pacific more into NATO, more into Europe. Obviously, we're not expecting anything like a NATO expansion into the Pacific. That's not on the table. It's never going to happen. But it's a major talking point, and you certainly, when you talk to NATO leadership and hear them talk about it, they clearly look at it as this is the future of the alliance. It has to be somewhat tied to the Pacific. Part of that's because China is helping support Russia and kind of keeping their war in Ukraine going. Russia is a Pacific power, but at the end of the day, the Arctic's melting, everyone's tied in economically, it just makes a lot of sense. So that's what I'm looking forward to. It's one of the big things for tomorrow. Thursday is also going to be a lot of wrap up. We're going to hear from leaders saying, here's what we decided on. There's the final big statement, which is kind of the big thing that comes out of this. So it's going to be a lot happening. As always, we'll keep you up to date on that at breakingdefense.com. And we'll have another video tomorrow to wrap up what goes on the last day of the NATO Summit. I'm Mehta. Thanks for watching.